And I've never been political in that sense. I don't get involved in that sort of thing because that's out of my, it's really out of my area. I don't understand it. Being on the bench, I love the DC circuit. I really enjoyed the DC circuit. I like the people there. I tend to get along well with people, and I like the people there. I like the work, and I could have stayed there. But I think I got maneuvered into this job. And then I had a really bad interview. And so I think just follow Nancy Reagan's advice. If they nominate you, just say no. But I like the people. This job, it's quite different from the Court of Appeals job. I think the best part of the people I've worked with over the last 21 years, there's not a person that I did not like working with. Wow. They were quite different. I enjoy, it doesn't matter, you hear people talk about who do you agree with? Well, there are people I don't like I agree with in life. But the people at the court, we've been enormously fortunate. Not only have they been capable and engaged, I sit next to Ruth Ginsburg. Now, you cannot say she is not enormously capable, but what a delightful person to work with. Elena Kagan, who just showed up, exact same thing. You say to her, it's going to be a joy disagreeing with you for years to come. But you wind up making each other better. I don't think you make each other better simply by agreeing with each other. You make each other better by sharpening the arguments, by making people respond, by making people think, by making the counter argument. You also don't make people better with insulting opinions or negative things or ad hominems. You engage the argument. And what you find at the court is some of the most wonderful phone calls you get are from people who disagree with you on that particular case because they saw an argument they hadn't thought of, and now they have to respond to it. And you do the same thing. You say to them, I think that's a good point you made, Ruth. I have to give it some thought. And that's when you know you're growing as a judge. And one thing one of my colleagues said recently, who's very fond of her, he said, and very close friends with her, said, she makes all of us a better judge, or better judges. I agree with that 100%. So it is not the agreement, it's the way they do their jobs. And I think you learn that, you start in school learning that, that how do I disagree with people who are fundamentally different from me, whose opinions are different from me? Do I yell, do I scream, do I raise my voice, or do I engage them constructively? One of the things I demand of my law clerks is that we work corporately as law in my chambers. All 4 law clerks work on everything. Now that's pretty cumbersome, but I said, look, we don't run one cylinder at a time, we go together. And I don't hire jerks. And one of the reasons is I don't want that bad attitude in my chambers, because what is required, we have very hard things to do. There are very strong opinions. There are disagreements. And I need people to disagree in a way that moves things forward, they're not disagreeable and disruptive, or think that they have the gospel and everybody else have just a mere flawed opinion. So I think you learn it early on. How do you conduct yourself with others with whom you may or may not agree, who might have a slightly different opinion or a much, much different opinion? And I think you see it reflected at the court. You see it, I saw it on the Court of Appeals. I thoroughly enjoy working with the people at the court. The current composition, the Justice O'Connor, who I think is fabulous, Chief Justice Rehnquist, all of them. The court's different now, but no less a decent and good place to work.